Hey, I'm Nicholas Prom,
And I'm Chase.
and you're watching Heavy Metal Breakdown.
The show where we go over our latest adventures in the exciting and kick-ass world of heavy metal?
Correct. Okay.
Too much.
Yeah. Okay. Your audio cut out there for a second, but yeah. Um, but yes, we're back, and got a couple of records to talk about, and I think we'll just talk about them. Chase, would you cue up the first one, our new release, please?
Sure. Up first, we have Iron Flame, Worlds to Conquer, released August 14th, 2026 on High Roller Records. This is Iron Flame's sixth full-length studio release and my first exposure to them.
Okay.
And yeah,
Yeah. Did you happen to go back and listen to their back catalog at all?
yeah, a couple of them. I was pulled in by all these amazing album covers. Look at
Yeah.
that one.
Yeah. So I did go and give a listen to the previous records, and I thought it was a what was it, a high level of quality and presentation throughout, consistent level of quality. So I
Yes.
appreciated that, and yeah. So funnily enough, I just saw this band live. They played at the Soldiers of Steel Festival. And the album, yes, came out Friday, August 14th, and they played Saturday, August 15th. So the festival was kind of like their album release show, and they were very good. I mean, tight. They sounded fantastic, really good. So it's power metal, gang. U.S. power metal, and yeah, a lot to enjoy here. I was wholly unfamiliar with them. I think might have like, but when I was choosing this for the show, picking out stuff for the schedule, I don't think I even registered that they were going to be on Soldiers of Steel. I was just like, oh, okay, yeah, that seems right. So I listened to something like, okay, that'll do. But yeah, I'm glad I picked it. So there's some kind of synergy there. But no, I enjoyed them live, and I enjoyed this. Yes, some very high quality power metal. Uh, Interesting that the a bold choice, I would say, to open the album with kind of a melodic, ballady kind of song in Night Closes
Yeah.
In. Uh, a lot of people would bury that, in the middle or the back half of a record, but no, okay, they're just going to kick off the record with that. And then the rest of it's pretty much like these amped up power metal songs. So, you know, cool. But yeah, there's a lot to enjoy here. I thought Legion of Fire and When Cauldrons Burn and Valhalla is Calling and the album closer and title track, Worlds to Conquer, all really terrific songs. Those were highlights for me. Um, Chase, some thoughts on this record?
Same. Worlds of Conquered, Night Closes In, and Dynasty's Fall, I thought was a pretty good one too.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah,
yeah. The wheel remains unmolested. You've heard this all before. It's not.
yeah.
Yeah.
Nothing
But
new,
it's done really well.
nothing
Go
new
ahead.
under the sun. But yeah, it is done really well. And just the tone, the guitar tone and stuff is so crisp and clear, and the melodies
Yes.
are really beautiful and not taking away from any like heaviness. There's even some thrashy riffs here and there, but again, very clean guitar tone. So it's like, oh wow. So like, and on a production level, very impressive. It just sounds just right. Like so, the craft that went into making this record and really their other ones, because I said it's really consistent throughout their whole
Yeah.
catalog. Uh, wow, kudos, guys. This is really tremendous. But yeah, no, I like this record, and High Roller Records, they put out great stuff. It's almost like, oh, High Roller's putting it out. Well, I gotta at least give it a listen. You know. And yeah, I think these guys are definitely the right band to be with that label for sure. But yeah, more thoughts from you, please.
Yeah. Okay. So, like I said, you've heard it all before, but you haven't quite heard it this slick. It's slick, but you can tell that there was humans behind it. There are guys in a studio or two putting it all together. It feels like there's a human hand and a human mind behind all this, and it's sad that we have to, you know, give kudos to that. But here we are.
Yeah,
Uh, Yeah, and yeah, no, it's they make it like it's epic without being overbearing or insisting upon itself, to borrow a meme. Uh,
Interesting, interesting.
yeah,
Yeah, and I
well, it
think
doesn't take itself too seriously. It's super. It's fun, but it's also really well epic. I guess is the word I already used, but
yeah, yeah,
yeah.
and power metal I think lives or dies on the production values too. You know,
Oh yeah, yeah,
and uh, so yeah, I mean, as you call it slick, but I think to me that screams of like a pop record, okay, or something that's like
okay.
intended to be more commercial, not to, mince your words,
Oh,
but uh, but um, but yeah, I do think that the clarity, the sonic clarity, is what I'll use. That is
okay.
that this production lends itself to. Wow, definitely sells these guys as winners. And live, oh my gosh, it was like, I've said like Scorpions are better, even better live than their albums, and their albums are fantastic. This was
Yeah,
kind of like, and like, look, I didn't really know their songs when I saw them. I was just like, just taking it in. And I'm like, wow, these guys they really put on a great show. And yeah, they sounded fantastic. So I would kind of put it in that caliber. Um, like as good live as on record, at least. But yeah, Worlds to Conquer continues the tradition of Iron Flame putting out these consistently very good power metal records with zero cheese, and that's a nice balance to
yeah.
strike too, because once you get over into that cheeseball territory, it's hard to take a band seriously, and I didn't feel any of that in listening to this or their previous records. It's yeah, tongue out, not in cheek. Uh, Horns up for Iron Flame. Go check this out, folks. This is really cool, and you could do far worse as a power metal fan than be checking these guys out. Seriously, they've got a tremendous catalog that I found very nice, and I think I want to go back and do another run through because I thought this was a lot of fun. So. Thank you, Iron Flame. Cool record.
Hell yeah.
Anything else from you on this one, or?
It just going back to the album cover thing again. Storm Spell. It reminds me of those splits that Storm Spell put out with those awesome.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah, yeah. That's it.
God, yeah. What was that? Yeah, those Storm Spells record splits. Those were really fun. I remember we were into that for a while. Oh, that takes me
Yeah.
back. Okay, but yeah, but yes, Iron Flame, very good. Horns up, way up.
Woo.
Yeah. So Chase, next segment.
Mm-hmm.
What's that one called? The one that bears your name? We have an interesting record to talk about. Tee it up,
Yes, we
please.
do. Up next on Chase's classic album, we have Judas Priest, Rock'n'Rolla, released September 6th, 1974 on Gold Records. This is Judas Priest's debut album and another in a long line of gimmies we have lined up. And I'm just going to say this real quick. I'm having a blast going back and digging into these Metal Gods debuts, and it's just going to get more and more awesome the further in we go. And we got an amazing one here.
Yeah,
So
yeah. Wow, I like this. I think you might like it even better. So that's interesting. Yeah. So it's interesting, okay, so uh Rob Halford was not the original singer in Judas Priest. Al Atkins was, right? He was the guy who founded it, and he kind of gave up, and I think he quit in like 1970 or something like that. He just didn't think, or in the early 70s before they made a record, just thinking like, it's not gonna pan out, right? And he wrote a lot of the material on this and Sad Wings of Destiny, because several of the songs for Sad Wings were maybe going to be on Rock and Roll, but the label was like, it's not commercial enough, and so they saved them for later, which served Sad Wings even better because it's a really like it's nearly perfect. But yeah, there's still plenty of great heavy shit on here. This isn't quite the Judas Priest that we come to know, but it's not unrecognizable. It is they're there, and you can see that we're like, we are almost there. And on the next record, they definitely have it. They have definitely found it. But I do like this, and there's a lot of great stuff on here, so why don't we talk about it? Also, Al Atkins, the founder of Judas Priest, he's got some albums out there, and he's got solo records, where he has re-recorded songs from the first 2 Priest records, and they are cool and worth your time. It's just it's kind of neat to hear that version of Judas Priest with him, and he's still alive and still I believe still performing. So yeah, that's a thing.
Cool.
So yeah, I just want to give credit to Al because he's important, especially on these first 2 Priest records. Even though he doesn't play on them, he wrote a lot on them. So now that said, so we open with "One for the Road," which is a great song. I like this one a lot.
Yeah.
It's there's a lot of blues, a lot of 60s, a lot of like tropes of 70s rock that are happening on here. So it's kind of like, okay, we're not full on heavy metal, but this is heavy rock, and like everyone who's liking Deep Purple and Sabbath is probably going to be enjoying this too. And Zeppelin. And Heap and stuff. But yeah, we're still kind of gestating not only the Priest sound but the heavy metal sound. But boy, are we getting there. But yeah, I like "One for the Road." That's a banger of a track. What do you think about that one, Chase?
It's a great opener. It sets the tone nice for the rest of the album. I mean, there's a bit of a tonal dip in the middle, but we'll get to that one later.
Yeah,
but yeah, it's like Proto Priest, like it's still Judas Priest, but it's like you see the little seeds planted for later. Like we don't have any Breaking the Laws or Painkillers present, but it's all there,
Right.
Just in its infancy.
Yeah, but there is stuff that like portends some of their late 70s stuff that's like, okay, yeah, we're climbing here. And but yeah, and then of course the title track, "Rockarola," it's a rocker. It's a cool song.
Yeah.
I like it. It's got an unusual kind of like solo or lead break section. That it's like okay, kind of different. You wouldn't quite think get like a passage like that on any other Priest record. And there are some other things like that make this record unique. But yeah, "Rockarola," thoughts on that one?
Great bar fight song. It's what I kept going through in my head.
A bit. I mean, this song's about like a hard drinking, tough lady,
Yeah.
A 10
like
pint.
You started the fight or who you're fighting over.
Yeah. But it definitely paints a picture. Yeah. But yeah, it's a hard driving, hard rocking song, and it definitely kind of like portends even like some later stuff like Exciter almost, but not the band, the song.
Okay.
But
yeah.
A little bit. We're getting into that already, like, let's bring the tempo up a little bit, okay? And I think that would become Priest's trademark. But yeah, and then the next 4 tracks are intended as a suite, so I think we should speak of them in that term: Winter, Deep Freeze, Winter Retreat, and then Cheater. Now, the first 3 parts of those really feel a piece of together. It's just kind of it's very melodic, and we're just kind of like and moody. And there's some I think it's Winter Retreat where you get some like stuff that I think I don't hear from Halford on any other record, except for maybe on Sin After Sin, the 3rd album with Last Rose of Summer. But that's a little more of a straightforward ballad. But yeah, but neat. I like it. And then Cheater is another rocker. That suite kind of ends with this rocker. And so it's like I guess you're like caught in the storm or out in the cold, and then you come home and find your woman cheating. I guess that's the whole point of this suite of songs, I guess. But yeah, that's really good. And then Cheater. What do you think? How do you think about Cheater? How do you think about this suite, but Cheater specifically? That's like the real song in it.
Okay. So to start off, Winter, because you have all the accumulated knowledge, Judas Priest knowledge from everything they put out to now. When I heard that beginning sort of noise, it was like, oh, it's going to be like it sounded a bit like Turbo Lovers. I thought we were going to get like a sexed up snowmobile or something.
Yeah, I think Sinner starts a little like that too. If I remember.
Yeah,
right.
It does.
Yeah.
And yeah, I didn't really expect okay, so I knew that the first three tracks were part of the suite. I didn't really grab that Cheater was supposed to be part of it.
Right.
But yeah, it's those first three. It feels like it's a little Pink Floydy in a way, a little airy and experimental in some parts.
Yeah.
And it's like the whole song feels like a trip down to a snowbound cottage in the Cotswolds, except instead of solving a mystery with Agatha Raisin, you're rocking out with KK and Co. So can't really complain about that.
I like that. But it's funny you mentioned Floyd because there's still definitely some psychedelic and hippie 60s elements happening here. That was still hanging around in the first half of the 70s. The psych and prog scene was definitely an emergent thing, and the heavy British blues rock and all of that kind of really informs this. And they would kind of slowly shake off a lot of those earlier elements as they proceed through their career. But because by the time we get to British Steel, the blues are all gone.
Yeah.
But everything else up to that point, it has a little bit of that at least. So, but yeah, not a criticism, just an observation. But yeah, then we get a Never Satisfied, which like it a lot. Never Satisfied's a banger.
And they're a hungry young band at this point. They want more and more.
Yeah. And I don't know, you watched. There was this Priest documentary I watched, or home video they had where they're talking about in the early club days, they're just they get, okay, they're eating a lot of chips, French fries, as we call here in the States, because that's what they were, getting fed by the establishment. They get some money, but food wise, that they need to put everything back into the band, kind of thing. So, but yeah, so yeah, they're hungry for not just potatoes. But yeah, and then Run of the Mill, which is a great song, and it's 8.5 minutes long. It's kind of an early Priest epic, and it's again, we're prog rock is happening, and so we got this long ass song, and I wouldn't call it a prog song, but it's definitely spacey and airy and okay, and kind of goes in different spots. What do we think about that one, Chase?
I'm right there with you. It's not definitely not my favorite track on the album, but it's definitely one that you won't forget when you hear it. I mean, if you're expecting Judas Priest and you get this, you're like, wait a minute, what? Oh, wait, this still rules. This is still pretty fun. In 8 minutes, good Lord.
Half. Yeah. And then the next song, Dying to Meet You, I really like. But it's interesting because 4 minutes in, it becomes a totally different song. Because it's slow. It's this slow and kind of not quite Sabbathy, but it's more melodic. And then it gets into heavy driving rock, more like the Priest that we think of off the bat.
Yes.
In the latter part of the song, and I really like it. And then we close with a nice, pretty instrumental, Caviar and Meths, which is really a lot of beautiful melody and stuff in it. It's really neat. So I like that too. But yeah, I think.
And
go ahead.
Just to clarify, it's caviar and meth, as in mentholated cigarette, not methamphetamine.
Oh, thank you.
Just making that clear.
I didn't know that. Chase, have you ever had caviar? You ever had caviar?
Yes, once, and I'm never eating it again. It is one of the most salty things you could ever put in your mouth, dude.
Okay.
Holy crap.
Okay.
Not good.
Well,
and I'm a texture guy. It is not a fun texture.
Okay. I think not sardines, but anchovies. Oof, which I had once and never again, are saltier. But I did have it once at a friend's wedding reception, and you know what? I was like, okay, this is okay. But yeah, I don't know. It's just a weird thing. It's not an everyday thing for sure. So I just But thank you for clarifying that. I did think it was about methamphetamines. So which is weird because it's not a fast, hard driving song. So that makes sense. Caviar and menthol cigarettes. Okay. Meths is menthol cigarettes. Okay. The more you know. But yeah, overall, Chase, what do we think of Rockarola?
I loved it, and I can't wait to see I can't wait to see what these guys put out next.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be a winner. Um, but yeah, I do like this album. It's kind of often overlooked, and and not like super well loved by the band. I mean, I don't think they've played anything from this album in decades. You know, uh,
I don't think we saw any of this while we were there. Yeah,
well, I mean, I've seen Priest a few
or while
times.
we saw them rather.
Yeah, when we saw them,
Uh,
but yeah, I don't think Judas Priest have played anything from this album in a very long time. The next album, oh, they still play songs from it, so and we'll talk about that. But I liked Rock and Rolla too. I think it's. I don't think Priest are as fond of it, but it is sometimes overlooked or dismissed. But I think there's still plenty of heavy metal on this record. That's why we didn't skip it. Um, I think we're gonna hit Scorpions next, and we are skipping the first two albums. As good as they are, um, we're gonna start with their first proper heavy metal record. Um, uh, but yeah, um, I liked it too. Love Judas Priest. Priest rules.
Bruce rules.
Yeah. Uh, but yeah. So yeah, there we have it. Rock and Rolla. Like it a lot, and it's a nice uh, starting point for a band who gets. This is very good, and they get so much better, and you love to see it. Love that. That they're it's just the tip of the iceberg for them. So yeah. Do you have any final thoughts on this one before we move on?
I also like this album cover. It's very simple, and I don't know why. I don't know what it is about this one. Also, the logo, the old logo, is just it was perfect for their sound at the
Yeah,
time.
their old non-logo. Yeah, yeah. And other versions of this have that more like that more or Middle English kind of stylized one.
Uh,
Like a repress. The next pressing of this has a different cover and like that thing, and they would use that other logo for a couple of records before we're getting to the classic one that we know and the very heavy metal one. This one.
yeah,
But yeah.
there it is.
Yeah. But okay, yeah, Priest, Rock and Rolla, we love it. So yeah, let's just get into some upcoming shows and then we'll wrap for the day. How's that sound, Chase?
Sounds good to me.
Okay, so here we go. Coming up this very Friday, August 21st. Oh, that's tomorrow.
That's tomorrow.
That's tomorrow night at Dante's. Stainless are playing with support from the mighty Solicitor, one of my favorite bands, and Young Pups Wizard Cage, who are very cool. Yeah, that's at Dante's. Hit that up if you're able. That's going to be a great night of traditional heavy metal, and you love to see it. If death metal is more your flavor, then that very evening, head over to the Blackwater to see death metal legends Insanity with support from Oxygen Destroyer, kaiju-themed death metal, and the Great Death Thrashers Hallucinator. I love them. We saw them open for Morbid Saint.
Yes, we did.
Oh my God. Uh, yeah, so yeah, that'll be cool. And let's see. The very next evening at the Hawthorne Hideaway, the Mighty Coven are performing, and this is Jamie's last Portland show with the band. They got couple more festival gigs, and then he's moving on. It's very sad. I wish I could be there because Jamie's a great guy, and he's been fronting Coven for a long time, and just enjoyed him in that band a great deal. But we'll miss you, Jamie. We love you, man. And support comes from Headless Pez, the humorous thrash metal band here in Portland. Imperiosis, a great new thrash band. We talked about them on last episode. We reviewed their new album, which is great. And also Death Thrashers Dead Nexus, who are a great bunch of guys. That's going to be a great night of thrash metal. Hit that up if you can. That's going to be very cool. You're trying to go to that, aren't you, Chase?
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
Right on. Yes, I know you got a heavy metal doubleheader this weekend. That's going to be great. Can't wait to hear all about that when we talk again. And then Sunday, geez, man, what a heavy metal weekend. It's the Portland Metal Swap Meet at Dots Cafe. That is August 23rd. It is an all-ages event from 3 to 6 p.m. And this is a great thing put together by Dylan Laviolette from Headsplit Records. This is a great way to connect with our heavy metal community and pick up shirts and zines and posters, tapes, records, compact discos, all that stuff, and just hang with your buddies. It is a great event. I love going to this whenever it lands on a day I don't have to work. Unfortunately, I got to work this time. But yeah, love the Portland Metal Swap. Go out and support that. That's going to be rad. Let's see. Friday, August 28th, it's a big old death metal show at the Twilight Cafe. Headliners To Violently Vomit. That sounds unpleasant. But that is ex-members of Disgorge. I saw Disgorge 1,000 years ago in the year 2003, I believe. Support comes from also Putrid Pile, who are the co-headliners on this tour. But local support from Back from Death, who are great. That is a really fun and entertaining death metal band. And fun and death metal don't usually go together, but Back from Death are really something different. As a band, I can't read their logo, sorry. But Cascadian Demise and Gorestorm Massacre are also on the bill. I believe this is all death metal. So go and growl your friggin' ass off at this show. Yeah, okay. And then Saturday, September 12th, at the High Limit Room. The High Watermark, not the High Limit Room. Doom metal legends, The Obsessed, will be playing with support from Time Rift, who are excellent, and Tigers on Opium, who I don't know at all. But that should be a fun show. Get out to that if you can. Love a show at the High Watermark. That's one of my favorite venues in town. It's not the Star Theater, but it's damn close to as good. And also one more show to talk about. Death Metal Legends Mortiscald will be playing, September 18th at the Twilight with support from Ripping Remains, Coffin Rot, and Face Nailer. Coffin Rot's great. I don't know the other two bands, but and Mortiscald. Damn, dude. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah. That's some death metal I can get behind, I'll tell you that. But yeah, so that is, I believe that will be our show for the day. Chase, do you have a sign-off for us?
Sure. Thanks for watching Heavy Metal Breakdown. Like, comment, subscribe, and remember to get one for the road. Sharing our load. Show us the way.
Okay. All right. Thanks for watching, everybody. Good night.